Hello, my love. Good morning to you. I hope that you have a beverage with you, perhaps. I hope that there's maybe fresh air around you. Maybe you're walking as you receive this. I hope the sky is appealing to you. I hope you can see the sky. Good morning. I was thinking about steps, and ultimately everything is or can be broken down into pieces, into little steps. And breaking things down into little steps is a much easier way to tackle nearly anything. But I was thinking in particular about motivation and trying to achieve a certain goal, and that sometimes when you are trying to motivate yourself, it is better to motivate by steps or in steps. And by this I mean, to take an example I've talked about before of wanting to get up early. The goal is obviously to get up early, to do a certain thing, but the motivation or the steps shouldn't be, oh, I'm going to get up early. The steps should be much smaller, such as I'm going to set an alarm that is outside of my room, or I'm going to, instead of making a goal to get up early every morning, I could say my goal is to get up at 5:30 and to do 6 push-ups. Now, whether I go back to bed or not is another question, but that's outside of the goal. The goal is not fashioned or captioned or explained in terms of, oh, I'm doing this to get up early. The goal is to just do the thing that will get you to the thing that you want. And so the goal being very realistic to say, okay, I'm not going to get up early or not get up early. I'm not going to make grand plans, but I will do this. I will set my alarm at 5:30 each morning, and I will step out of my bed and I will do 5 push-ups. Doing that, and other things depending on one's physicality, is enough to get you awake, to actually get you to the goal you want to achieve. And so it's better, I found, to think in terms of these little steps. Another example is that I would, depending on the schedule in our lives at the time and your age, sometimes I would have to do things later in the evening, and later in the evening I often found that I was a bit depleted from the day. But instead of saying, oh, I'm going to get up and, work out in the evening, what I would say instead is, okay, all I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 5 minutes perhaps reading Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. Or I'm going to spend 5 minutes perusing the motivational sayings on Reddit, or whatever it would be. And taking that little step then provided the fuel and motivation to take the larger step, which was to actually exercise. So this is just, again, another example of how when you have a larger goal, it is sometimes more useful to set your sight on the more immediate step that will propel you towards the larger goal, rather than just trying to mentally tackle or physically the larger goal all at once. I hope that this has been clear. In my mind, it feels like it was presented a bit all over the map, but if you find it useful, I hope that as well, and if you do not, I hope that at least this was a nice visit nonetheless. So I will leave it with that. I will again recommend Ezra Furman's music. which also has a bit of exuberance to it, so that may motivate you as well at times. And with that, I will bid you adieu.